All right, guys, what's going on? Today, we are going to spend some time together. And today, we're going to be addressing the main topic of the webinar from ordinary to extraordinary. So, I will give you the guidance and path, guys, and understanding, most importantly, how to address your criteria, your achievements and recognition in the form of immigrant visas, O1, EB-1A, and EB-2 NIW. So those are the main visas that we're going to be discussing today, and we're going to spend about an hour and a half together. So I will need your focus and your attention for this time. All right, let me see. All right, that's what we're going to learn today, guys. What extraordinary means when USCIS is actually looking at your petitions. I will give you the breakdown by criteria on O1, EB-1A, and EB-2 NIW visas. Also, we're going to be discussing today's unpredictable immigration industry during the Trump administration, and I will be giving you tips to max strength your petition. We're going to be talking not only about your existing achievements and recognition, but also the potential to improve your petition. And this would be the best for everybody to understand. All right, let me guys see if everything is working on our side for this. Okay, yes, sound is good, very good. And also you'll be able to ask me questions, guys. Also, please, guys, don't miss this step here. Give me your name, give me your profession, and give me your country. Okay, so your name, your profession, and your country. Why do I need that? Well, because first of all, I want to give you examples of real cases and also attach my examples to your real professions, to your occupation, to give you the max value. And even without me asking, guys, Nadir John from Uzbekistan, he mentioned that he's a lawyer. And Nadir John, I believe, is not the first time coming to this webinar. He loves it so much that he could not miss the second one. And do it, guys, do because I really pay attention to that. I really do, and it's not for to get you engaged. It's really to give you more value. Okay, so let's take a look. Gerard. Taoist therapist and author from the Netherlands. Wow, look at that, Taoist therapist. Jared, is this MD? Is this like medical profession, or it's more like like energy and these kind of things? Let me know, because I want to understand psychological. Okay, good. So I have a bunch of psychologists and psychiatrists, right? So a little bit different, but in the same horizon of the petition. Very good. I like that. And guys, all doctors will get the green cards. Okay, if you're a doctor, regardless of which profession. With my corporation, it's 100% approval, okay? Because I know how to pick up the doctor's cases. Okay, is it Emile or is it how do I pronounce this? And guys, I'm sorry if I mess up your names because sometimes you're from different countries and pronouncing is different. So I guess this is Emile because that makes sense. From UK artist manager. Very good. That could be O1B, that could be EB-1A. Many clients from UK. Nick, Google Ads manager from Russia. Sounds very nice. Nick, if you work for Google, that means that you have a bunch of things going on with your potential EB-1A visa. And Jared was nice enough to give the link to the website. I'll take a look later, Jared, after we finish. David, Italy, video making. All right, many video makers in my career. Italy, no, I had some E2 cases from Italy. I don't think I ever got EB-1 or EB-2 NIW. Yeah, but I would love to have some Italian case on that. Sergey, PhD, IT, United Arab Emirates. Good. PhD sounds like green card to me, guys. Really, PhD is a green card. And maybe I will explain that a little bit later. Hector, hardware electronics developer, Portugal. Very good. Technical profession, Portugal. Bunch of clients from Portugal. Many people who work with the hardware. Most software, but with the hardware as well. Monica, Hungary, Germany, BMX, flatland athlete. Very good. Love athletes cases. If you have awards, national or international, that's pretty much the slam dunk case if I take it. Top right button for English. Thank you, Jared. That's you talking about your website. It's my second time attending your webinar and I hope to learn more before making a decision. Dr. John, good. I'm pretty sure, Dr. John, because none of the webinars that I do same. I usually try to give different examples and make it entertaining for you guys, because look, immigration is not fun. Like immigration law is super dull and boring. But I'm trying to do my best to give you the explanation, the clear things for you to comprehend, and also to bring you the value, guys. So anytime you guys wanna ask the question, drop it in the comment section. Okay, I will be looking at your at the comment section all the time. But if you want to ask something that you don't want to share, you can always click at the top. You see this black button. Of course, we do the restream on YouTube. People from YouTube don't have that luxury to click on anything. They're just watching the restream. But you guys on Click Meeting, you can click and ask the question to the company representative. Okay, at any time, if you want to ask something, just do it. And I see Monica said 4 times world champion. Jeez, wow, Monica, good job. Again, if you told me you were world champion just once, I would already say I will get you the green card. With 4 times world champion, this is really a green card. Okay, of course there is more behind it, but definitely this is a very good case. Monica, you're a first candidate. With everybody else, the Sergey, PhD, just without any additional things, I can say that those 2 cases for green cards. But everybody else who is on the technical side, and of course I will need to see more, and I'll give you the chance to give me more information and to qualify your cases. I don't know why I get these messages from this thing. Okay, I hope you guys hear me well. Okay, Zoltan, hi everybody, hi Zoltan, welcome. Good day, Ilya, where will connect with you? Where can I connect with you? Ilya, if you're asking me because maybe you want to connect to Monica, I don't know. You can click on the black button at the top of the screen, and that's how you can connect with the company representatives. Okay, guys, those of you who is going to stay here at the webinar, you will get 2 bonuses today. Okay, bonus number 1, and this one is the most important, guys. Most important, the free evaluation. I will explain how to go through the free evaluation process, and it will be me who will be evaluating your cases for free. Okay, that's one of the bonuses. You'll have to answer a bunch of questions and wait for up to 2 days for me to come back and analyze your personal situation. Okay, and the second one is the US Talent Visas solution, the checklist for high achievers. And if you guys here, there's a good chance you are high achievers, right? And so these two main bonuses, the guide and the free evaluation. So guys, stay tuned, stay tuned. And like I said, if you have an urgent question, just click the button above. All right, let me guys tell you a few things about myself, because just I want you to understand that where my expertise is, okay, where I'm coming from, why I have the right to deliver this webinar to you. Because I know some of you, like Stanislav, we're watching your YouTube videos every week. We love it. Thank you for all this. I do appreciate it. But some of you will be like, who's this guy? Okay. So let me tell you a few words about myself. So I have more than 10 years in American law. We're actually celebrating 10 years of my corporation this year. And as of today, we have about 125 people working in my company. So guys, we have a huge company. Really, I don't know any other immigration companies in the US, regardless where they're from, what they do, who specialize on talent visas, who have so many people working for the project. We have 125 people, maybe even more, because it's a process, and we have 10 departments. Our approval rate from day one that we started doing this project is more than 90%. Okay, and it's over all visas. Some visas like O1, I can give you 99% chance of approval, meaning if I'm picking up your case, it's going to be approved. Okay, so and some professions have 100% approval, right? Like if you AI, artificial intelligence, if you're an engineer, if you're a doctor, if you're cybersecurity specialist, those we don't get denied. Okay, those are really good cases. It does mean everybody else is in disadvantage. No, but clearly there are some professions that are more in demand in the US. Okay, and we'll talk more about this. And guys, I have more than 3,400 approvals during my career. The goal of my company is to bring 10,000 people to the US by the year 2030. Okay, we're a little bit behind that goal, but we put ambitious goals in front of us. But I'm pretty sure we'll make it happen. So if even one of you will become a number of gets to those 10,000 people, that's a personal win for me. Okay, guys, and we have narrow specialization: talent visas, business visas, and investment visas. And this is something you should be looking for. If you're going for a talent visa, you do not go with an immigration attorney. You go with immigration attorney with specialty in talent visas, right? Just like if your nose hurts, you don't go to the therapist, you don't go to oncologist, you go to the nose doctor, right? So same concept here with the immigration attorneys. We take only those cases, and I don't take nothing else. No family cases, no student visas, no deportation, no asylum, nothing. Just this. And that's why we get such a great result. Okay. I kind of already talked about myself. Just a few more things. I graduated with honors from 2 universities in the US, Florida Atlantic University and St. Thomas School of Law. I worked not only for US federal agencies, but also for the state agencies. And guys, I know how the government thinks, okay, because I worked for them, okay? I know how the federal government thinks. I know how the state government thinks. So it's easy for me to tackle those things, and it's important to understand the psychology behind those petitions because they're very subjective. So if there's something subjective, you must know how to put the right things in the brain of the immigration officer. I'm an active member of Florida Bar Association, Broward County Bar Association, and also the Florida Court of Appeals and 11th Federal Circuit. All right. And I visited more than 50 countries in the world, and we extend our operations to more than 60 countries in the world, meaning that we have clients from more than 60 countries. Okay, so we have international recognition, like some of you do, like Monica, she's a world champion, so she gets that international recognition. We do the same through the results to our clients in more than 60 countries. And like I said, over 3,000 approvals. Okay, let me see. All right, so why talent visa is better than H1B? And guys, why we're talking about H1B? Because many, and even some of you, I'm pretty sure, like, oh, if you want to go to work to the US, you gotta get that H1B. Okay, and that's like the mentality a lot of people have, like, yes, like H1B, yes, there's a lottery, but if I win the lottery, it's a dual intent and it's good, it's for 6 years, and I go and I work, maybe then they file for EB-2 or EB-3 for me, labor certification, and that's how I'm gonna get a green card. Maybe, but there is some limitation to H1B visa. My God, these things popping up on me. So first of all, H1B has the cap, 85,000 a year, with some of them allocated for master's degree, and that's it. That's how many people can get in the US annually. Second of all, there is a lottery, right? There's a lottery. So if you don't get selected, that's it. You're done for the next year until the next year comes. Thirdly, it's seasonal. So the lottery is in March. So again, if you miss the March lottery, you have to wait for another year. And lastly, there's a very low chance of being selected. Very, very low. Yes, it's possible. Everything's possible, but very low. So you cannot really plan with H1B because so many factors that may affect that visa. On the other side, the O1 visa, the also non-immigrant visa to work, this is a great way for anyone pretty much in the world to come to the US and start working without limitations, without caps, without lotteries, without seasonality, and a very high chance. With me, it's 99%. Okay, so you guys make your choices, right? And some of you may say, Stanislav, but wait a minute, O1 requires also an employer, and if I don't have an employer, and what I do? Well, you can become an employer to yourself, okay? I know the trick when you guys can become an employer to yourself, and we can help you with all the documents, with establishing a company, with corporate work, and filing all the petitions, so you don't need to worry about that. All right, so coming back to me telling you guys that certain professions in the US more desirable. And I know, USCIS or US government will never say that that's what it is. But trust me, I know, because I file about 30 cases a month. Okay, so guys, think of it. 30 cases a month translates into 360 cases a year. Okay, 3 years, it's about 1,000. All right, so, and that's consistent. That's how we do. I take only 30 clients a month. I don't take more, because that's how we keep the approval rate above 90% for all visas, including immigrant visas, which are very hard visas, right? So, but still, that's a lot of cases, and I see the trends. I see which professions are in priority right now, which are not, and whether the immigration officer likes the case or not. I can see that because I do it every day. So I can tell you right now that the STEM professions will get a little bit more chance to get approved. Okay, ultimately all gets approved, but STEM cases, they get a little more chances to get approval from the first shot. Okay, because guys, let's be real, and I'm real with you. You know, like I think I'm the most genuine attorney in the world, guys, because you know attorneys sometimes have to maybe not lie, but not say the whole truth, right? I'm open like that. For one simple practical reason, guys, I can't remember if I say something that's not true. I don't have memory for that, so I don't want to get in an uncomfortable situation, so that's why I'm telling the truth. the science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, right? Data science, IT people, artificial intelligence, doctors, scientists, ecologists, geologists, and everything like that. Those professions just today getting the priority, right? So those of you who fall, okay, Monica is an exception, right? Monica is an athlete. I love athlete cases. I get all of them approved because those are just look good. Monica, the four world time champion, right? So of course she's not STEM, but yes, that's a little different. And some of you guys, most of you fall within this, but actually today there's a better mix, and I like, guys, the better mix. We have a lawyer. We have a therapist, we have artist manager, which I guess is a producer, right? Kind of producer. Google Ads manager, Nick from Russia, video making, PhD, so IT, that's science. So that's good, electronics developer, hardware. So 50% of you go to STEM, and that means this is good news for you. And those who are not STEM, you will have to put more effort into the recognition and achievement and improving on your petition. Okay, but that's the reality. That's the reality of today. All right, guys. Without any further ado, let's begin. Let's begin the main part of our webinar. Let me drink some good water. Okay. We're going to start with O1 visa. O1 visa is a non-immigrant visa for talented people. And guys, I think, and I'm going to make remarks during the webinar because I believe that some non-legal information as important as legal information. And I know for a fact that many of you think that I am not talented. Like thinking about my, not me, maybe you think so, but I'm talking about you. You thinking that you are not talented, right? You like Stanislav, okay. Let's skip the talent visa. Do you have anything else? Well, hold your horses, because talent in the US is measured not by what you think about yourself or other people think about you, but how many criteria you have. So it's measured by the criteria, and we're going to talk more. Like on the next slide, we're going to talk about the criteria. So I want you to understand that your perception of yourself, of your potential case, has nothing to do with the reality. Okay? I had cases where people would tell me, Stanislav, I have 0 criteria, and they end up having 4 or 5 in the beginning of the case, and 6 or and 7 or 8 at the end. And I had people tell me, Stanislav, I'm so talented and I'm just the best in my industry, and having 0 criteria. Okay, so it's both ways. But in the reality, most of the people fall somewhere in between. All right, and I'm going to show you why this is true. Okay, so a few things about O1 visa, guys. And O1, just if you don't remember anything from what I'm going to tell about O1, just remember O1 is the best visa for any professional to get to the US and work. Okay, don't worry about J1, M1, H1, H2, L1, E2, E. Don't worry about those. O1, guys. O1 is the way to go. Okay, this is the easiest, fastest, clear understanding of what needs to be done. Very good visa for continuing your future in the US. It's just beautiful. Okay, and it's fast. It's relatively fast. 8 months, 6 months for the documents, 2 months for the embassy. Okay, so 8 months. If Sergey starts working on his, Sergey has EB-1A, I'm pretty sure. PhD is EB-1A. Or EB-2 NIW, but it's longer, so we're doing an EB-1A. Let's say Zoltan starts O1 with us today. We go for 6 months, we're filing the case beginning of March 2026, and 2 months for the embassy. So Zoltan will have his interview in May 2026 for his O1 visa. He gets his visa and he goes to the US. So June 2026, Zoltan is here. Okay, very fast. And guys, it's fast. If you think 8 months is long, trust me, it's not. In the realities of it. And Zoltan says, I'll do it. I'll do it. Do it. Love it, guys. I love your motivation. And whatever it takes, yes. Because it's not only about you anymore, guys. It's about the future generations. It's your kids, grandkids. You are the Christopher Columbuses. Okay? You are the Christopher Columbuses. You the ones to open up America for all generations ahead. That's very important to understand. Okay, so there is no limitation on O1. There is no limitation on O1. It's a jump start for EB-1A, guys, because when we have case for O1, you can build EB-1 on this case. And actually today, guys, I got the approval EB-1A for this lady. Her name is Elena. She's from Canada, and she's HR professional. She's HR professional. So, and she has a pretty crazy case. 2 years ago, we got her approved for EB-2 NIW. National Interest Waiver is HR expert. But because of the priority dates, she's like, Stanislav, let's do O1 visa. I want to come to the US fast. So we started working on her O1, I believe in April or March of this year. And in mid-August, when we got to the filing date, she says, Stanislav, let's file it for EB-1A. And I'm looking at her case. It's a good case. It's very solid O1 case. And it's even closer to EB-1. And I say, Elena, there's some risk. I cannot give you 90%. I'll give you a little bit less, maybe 60% for EB-1A. And she said, do it. Do it. And I did it. And guys, today we got an approval. This is crazy. Sometimes you got to have those balls to do this. Okay? So she's just bold decision to file for EB-1A instead of O1 got her approved. So if she followed my advice, which I still think was legitimate advice based on the facts, yes, she would get O1, she would come here, she would get her green card anyways as time progresses, but she took that in her hands. She was consistent and she was insistent, and she got the approval. So guys, sometimes you have to have a little push for your decisions and for different variations of how we can approach this. Okay, just a little bit of motivational things for you. So you think that's, you're nothing. You are something for sure because you're already on this webinar. Okay, so let me see. Yeah, the level of evidence is much lower for O1, guys. Much lower than EB-1A. EB-1A is here, O1 is here. So, sometimes case fall in between and then we decide what we're gonna do. But literally, I'm originally from Russia, guys. I think you guessed by my name, right? So, but I lived in the US more than 20 years. And we have this saying in maybe Zoltan. I don't know, Zoltan. Are you Polish? Because your last name is not Polish. So the name could be Hungarian. Okay, Hungarian. Yeah, Hungarian may be a little bit different culture, but in Russia we have this saying: you can make a porridge out of the axe or a hammer. I'm not going to explain where it's coming from, but there is that means it's you can do the porridge from nothing, basically, right? Because if you have an axe, the hammer, it's not ingredient of the porridge, right? But you still can make a porridge out of it because it's easy. So that's what I'm saying about O1 visas, that I can make it out of the hammer, okay? If you have a hammer and yourself, I'll do the O1 for you, okay? So much easier visa than any of the and of course your case is going to be 1,000 pages, a lot of work, but still technically it's much easier to do. Okay, so O1 is for 3 years. You can bring your family, your spouses, your kids. Kids can go to school. Your spouse can own the business. Okay, they can own the business and get the dividends. You will be working. It's for 3 years, can be extended by a year indefinitely, pretty much. You can be your own employer. All right, that's as much as you guys need to know. Now, let's talk about what the practical side of O1 visa. What's the practical side? How we prove that? So we have 8 criteria. And by the way, guys, EB-1A also has 8, it has 10 criteria. But we're going to be discussing only 8 of them, and I'll mention the 9th and 10th because the 9th and 10th only for art. Okay, only for art. And we have art people today. That's why I'm going to mention it, because I'll tell you who is in art today. David from Italy, video making is art. And our artist manager, Emily, artist manager could be hybrid between business and art. It could be. So we have some art people. I'm going to mention those criteria. But now for the purpose of O1, I'll be giving you explanation for those criteria, but you will know that they will apply for EB-1A. Okay, so now I'll explain the criteria and what do you need for O1 to get an approval, what kind of help we can give you to improve on those criteria, and the whole process, how it's going to work. Okay, so the first criterion, oh, and by the way, we need 3 criteria by law. Okay, but I want 5. And all of you will have 5 for the purpose of O1. So the first one is awards, okay? And the classic way to show awards is to participate in the competition, right? Competition in your field, like the Monica's. And Monica is like, she's opening up like you know, guys, like a peony, like the flower. She's not only a 4-time world champion, but she's also a photographer. That's good. You know, talented people. They're talented in many ways. The classic way for like Monica, she's participated in the competition between other athletes, and she won, right, on high level. So this is an award for the purpose of O1 and EB-1A as well. IT people, you guys participate in hackathons or datathons. The business people participate in startups and business plan competitions, ideas. Engineers talk innovation competitions and things like that, right? Also, there are alternative ways to prove this criterion. One of them, because we have Sergey and he's a PhD. If Sergey's dissertation, and of course, if you have PhD, you have a dissertation. So if you defend your dissertation and it has, and dissertation has the recognition through the like top universities, or maybe the grant was given or some other kind of recognition, that also could be an award. Okay. What else? What else could be an award? The government honors, like medals, okay, the highest honors in the government. The grants from famous universities, institutions, or the government, okay. Also, the large investment in your business ideas, starting with 100K, okay, 100K is when we can start, or the sale of your business for large amounts, like $500,000, $1 million or more, okay, also could be an award. But most importantly, guys, and remember this one, the most used alternative to the award is when you speak at the conference, which has a selection, so you were selected to speak at the conference, and they publish a paper, like your thesis, whatever you delivered at the conference, they publish it. So if we have those components, selection, speaking, and the paper, that's an award. You did know that, huh? Of course, that's why you're here. So, and guys, overall, conferences, even if you don't get the paper published, very good. Conference, participation, speaking at the conference. Going is good, but not going to be used in a petition, but speaking or being in a committee to select people who will speak, anything to do with those high rank things, really good. Okay, what we need, how do we prove this criterion? A paper and a letter from the organizers of the event. If it's a conference, if it's a competition, if it's a hackathon, and other things, a letter from them. Okay, and of course we provide you with the templates, what the letter, what should be structural things in a letter, and also the examples, what needs to be, how it needs to look at the end. Okay, and guys, I will give you the recipe for O1 at the end. Okay, and when we talk about EB1, I'll give you the recipe for EB1, how many of which, and the combinations, you'll know that. Associations, professional associations, one of the hardest criterion among others because of the very heightened requirements for it. What needs to be an association? The bylaws, the chapter of the association must say that they accept members for outstanding achievements. And maybe not the regular members, but higher, fellow, senior, they might be levels, like regular don't fit, but senior fits, okay? So accepting for outstanding achievements, and people who make this selection, who makes the choice, who will be a part of this association, must be experts on the national level. Okay, so very heightened. But if you are from STEM, science, technology, engineering, mathematics, meaning that you're IT person, AI, cybersecurity engineer, architect, designer, scientist, and whatever, we have associations for you guys. Okay, we have associations for you, which will become members, and that's almost like a free criterion for you. Okay, it's a free criterion. And Monica, by the way, because, and I don't know, Monica, if you became the world champion as a solo athlete or you were like you represented your country. Okay, I don't know that, like if Hungary or Germany, if you represented your country in sport cases, representing the country means association. So we qualify the team, the national team, as association and the critical role. Okay, so it comes in, your national team comes into criteria, okay, which is good news. So sport cases and STEM cases, you guys have that free association criterion, okay? You guys like it. Media coverage. Two types of media, guys. The major media or professional media. Major media are the big news outlets in your country, okay? Professional media is the media that's read by professionals, okay? Like IT Weekly. I will never go and read that, but you guys, IT people, maybe Hector will go and read. Let me see who else may read like IT things. Yeah. A lawyer probably not. Nick may go. He's a Google Ads manager. That's IT related. So for professionals, right? For professionals. So either major or professionals. Very important. Now, what needs to be in the article? 4 things, guys. And I recommend to take a note, to put that down. Number 1, there must be a title. You know, the name of the article. What's the name of it, right? Usually it's not a problem. Usually it's there. Second is the time, the date when it was published. Sometimes I see articles, and by the way, guys, press, we're talking about online press. There is no more hardcover. Sometimes I get like, especially scientists, like, you know, older guys, they bring me new newspapers from like 2019, 2011, 1974. Old, like yellow. Sure, we'll take them, no problem. No discrimination. But nowadays it's all web related. Okay, so when I say press, think about online press. Second thing is a date. Okay, some articles just don't have the date. I don't know why. And it must be the day, the month, and the year. Some periodicals, they go like monthly. Okay, then I don't need the date. Give me the month and a year. Not very often, but sometimes it comes up. Thirdly, that one comes up all the time. The name of the journalist. Guys, if you already have something published about you online, or you're planning to do this, make sure these guys, they put the name of the journalist. Because if they don't, it's not gonna fly. Trust me. I tried everything of course, when we help you with the press, and we know how to help you with the press. We have the PR agencies, very reliable, very good, legal, organic, natural, true, real things, no fake, okay, real things. They will do everything the way I need it, okay? But sometimes from the past, you bring those articles and there's no author, okay? There's no journalist name. Not gonna fly. We tried it. I even managed to get like from major press in one country, the letter from editor board. Imagine, it's crazy. It's impossible to get that letter. Saying that this guy wrote it, they explained, and the officer said, I don't care. I don't care. The law says we need an author name. Where is the author name? Nowhere. Doesn't come in. Okay, so this is very important. And number 4, the article must be about you and or your work, your projects, most of them, your opinions, and this and that. Most often it's an interview with you. So those are good things. So let me repeat. The title, the date, author name, journalist, and it's about you or your work. So 4 things for the media. And like I told you before, we can help you with this criterion. Okay, so like STEM people get already 2 criteria for nothing. Okay, on top of whatever they have already. Judging the work of other professionals. That's the full name. So classic way, like with awards, if you get a judge seat on a panel and assess other professionals in the competition, then we need a letter from the organizer, just the same way as awards work. However, this one we don't use very often. Maybe 30% of judging the work of other professionals come from the competition. The other 70% come from alternative ways. And what's an alternative way? For example, code or architectural review for IT people. Review of documentational technical documentation for engineers. Second opinion for doctors. Peer review of publication of other people. That's also judging. And other things, guys. So business processes, analysis of business processes for business people. Okay, let me give you other examples, like Emily, artist manager. Other artist manager or the company want to hire her for her to give the opinion on the processes, how they approach managing the artists. And Emily is like, hey, you guys do this wrong. That's how you need to do this. You do this, you do that. So she advises them how to change the process to make the work better. Optimization of the processes. So that's also judging the work of other professionals. Okay. A letter. We need the letter proving that. Contribution in the industry. 2 things, guys. Innovative and significant. Innovative means it's new or it adds new features. Okay? Significance means it's important for the industry, it's being used or it's being monetized. What could be the contribution in the industry? Could be a book, it could be intellectual property, it could be patent, it could be speaking at the conferences with the main topic of your expertise. It could be educational courses. It could be algorithm. It could be application. It could be software. It could be new hardware. It could be the new approach of doing whatever things you do, and many other things. So this criterion is the most inclusive because a lot of things could be contribution in the field, but it's very hard to prove. So when you guys work, and I know how some other attorneys work, and you know, I may agree or disagree, we work differently. But when other attorneys, when they pick up your talent cases, they kind of take each criterion in isolation and trying to prove it. That's not how I do it, guys. That's not how I do this. The way I do this, I'm trying for all criteria in your cases to be interconnected like this. Okay? Because let me give you an example. If we know we're gonna, and let me give you an example from, let's talk about Jared, the Taoist therapist. So Jared is a psychologist basically, right? So, and I had a lot of psychologist cases, Jared. I love the art therapy, like when through the fairy tales, love that case. And I love the, among others, the sand therapy. And Jared, let me know if you know. I'm pretty sure you know the art therapy, but do you know the sand therapy? You know, like this, the real sand on the beach. Crazy stuff. Really helps. So let's say Jared says he has many therapists under treatment. Good. So let's say Jared invented a new approach of diagnostics, and he starts teaching other therapists, and he starts speaking at the conferences, and he starts writing articles on that. So it's innovative, it's new, because it's never been done before, and it's significant because other therapists start using it, this approach for diagnostics. So if we know that from the very beginning that's what's going on with Jared, then it's going to be reflected not only in contribution, it's going to be reflected in media. Media is going to write about this. It's going to be reflected in academic publications. It's going to be reflected in expert opinions. It's going to be reflected in recommendation letters. And it might be reflected in judging and even associations. And maybe Jared got an award for his contribution. Okay, so you see how we approach those cases. We don't do them separately. This is BS, guys. It's a setting up for the failure to do them like I call them Frankenstein case. You know, it's like criteria like looks good, but they're not connected to each other. This is crazy. So once we know there's a contribution or a potential for contribution, that's how we build the strategy in the case. Okay, all right. So I think I kind of explained it very well. Okay, we have another one. We have Barbara, Poland startup founder, HREI. Good, Barbara. Maybe you're late. I actually mentioned that we have we have a lot of people from Poland. I love Polish clients. But AIHR, good. This is a good case. Good industry. Very good. And Jared said developed a new therapy treatment in 1997. Jared, love it. That means that you have what, 30 years of experience? This is crazy. Jared, how old are you? This is crazy. That means that you have a lot. You have a lot going on. And you, Jared, is one of the candidates for the green cards today as well. Okay, and guys, I will give you 28, 61. Good, guys. Jared, and you're 61 years young. My I don't want to say the oldest. Man, what's the word I'm using? Not the oldest, but aged. Let's call him the most aged client was about I believe 72 or 75. I can't remember. Guys, I wish I'm like that when I'm 75, because that dude, he was like a founder of a bunch of startups with fresh ideas. He's got the venture investment in the US at 75. Guys, if you're in your 40s or 50s and you're like, oh, I'm done, right, look at that dude, 75 and still going like crazy. And I'm sure at 80 and 85, he's still gonna be going, okay? We got him in, he said, I don't need green card, I need to be in the US and work. So O1 is the way to go. He's like building these startups, going crazy. So guys, the age has nothing to do with you, especially in the US. And I know and Barbara, the newcomer, Barbara, tell me, in Poland, I'm sure, Poland's just like Russia in that sense, people are labeled by the age. Oh, she's 30, she'll never get married. Oh, he's 40, it's too late to go to school. Oh, he's 50, no more kid. Not in the US, guys. Not in the US. Here, first of all, the law protects you from the age discrimination. Second of all, mentality is different, okay? So don't put the age in front of you. That's, yeah, and she says, yes, but okay, exactly. And that's why you're here, Barbara, okay? That's why you're here. And that's why I'm here too, because I didn't care about that. Okay, Jared says, I want to date Charles Theron. Good shit, guys, good stuff. Okay, let's move on. A little break, good. We'll just recharge a little bit. So, academic articles, guys, academic articles. I know the law says your own expert opinion articles. Doesn't work, guys. Doesn't work. Trust me on that. Maybe for O1, if you write your own articles in the press, in the professional, and this kind of thing, maybe. But EB-1A, don't forget about it. They want academic articles, like scientific research papers, okay? And by the way, the vendors that we work with will help you to get those articles in, okay? So many of you, like Sergey definitely has publications because he has PhD, and PhD is impossible without academic articles. Sergey, let me know how many you have, you have behind your back. But if you guys not like Sergey, who is PhD, but you need those articles, we have people who will help you. So going back to STEM people, you guys have association, you have media, and you have academic articles on top of everything that you already have. Okay, so three criteria on top of that. Okay, so you guys see what I'm driving at, right, with all this. So how many articles, I will tell you in a minute. Yes, Zoltan, you can ask, and guys, if you have like sensitive questions, you can click on a black button at the top of the presentation, and you can, it will lead you to WhatsApp, and you will be able to ask questions in private with the company representative. Let me see, there was a few questions, guys. Let me see. Yes, Monica said the representative of the country. Yes, that's good. Jared is giving the awards. Jared, with you, it's clear. You get a green card. So let's look at the younger colleagues because your case is pretty clear for me. You EB-1A. Very good. Yes. So. My God, this is like, I think it's Indian name. I have a lot of Indian clients, guys. I love my Indian clients. I even have my Ganesha here on, and Indians knows what Ganesha means here in the corner, because I love Hindu culture. Okay, Padavala. the last name. For STEM people with the MC degree in AI can be a part of associations you have, and we need to be a part of that association and prove our skills. Yes, you can be. You can be a part of those associations that we have, definitely. And I would say if you have 3 to 5 years of experience, Padavala, that's good, and more is better, of course. Okay. We can enroll and improve our skills to be eligible for O1. You provide support for Scratch to train us to meet. Yes. So what Padavala is asking, if we help to build your resume so those associations take you, yes. Guys, we are not like others. Okay, you go to the immigration attorney, to the classic immigration attorney, a dude with a tie and with a mustache and drinking whiskey, I don't know, smoking cigar, and they're gonna tell you, hey, tell me what you got. You tell them what you got, and they say, I can get you only O1, or I'm sorry, you don't qualify. That's it. That's the end of story. So if they say it that way, you're done. You cannot do nothing. But with us, guys, that's not how we approach. First of all, if you qualify, we will qualify you. If you don't qualify, we're going to tell you what exactly needs to be done to qualify. And by the way, we have all the resources to help you with that. The vendors, PR agencies, trusted ones, not like BS, those that send you the emails every day. Hey, we're going to build your PR portfolio. Don't use those guys. They're going to destroy it. Use the professionals. Okay, we have those professionals. We have the business plan people. We have the corporate people. We have the accountants. We have the real estate people if you need anything. And by the way, guys, once you get approval with my company, you may, if the board approves you, become a part of exclusive business club. Guys, we are 250 people of the pristine people from all over the world in the business club, and we have the messenger, like the groups in the Telegram, where you can talk to each other from each country, helping investments, business plan, this state, meeting up. We do the events for you. It's crazy, guys. No one is doing this. Only we do this, okay? And I didn't tell you about the NEO program, but that's a little bit later. Okay. I can try how long you support. The cost, yes. I usually address the cost, guys, but let me finish with the criteria. Okay, so leading critical roles. Let's speed up a little bit. Leading critical roles. Leading means you control people and you direct. Critical means you play an important function in the company. So, and the company that's for this criteria must have a reputation, a good reputation. Okay, how we establish reputation? If they have awards, if they sponsor events, if they have press about them, if they long live, and so on. But sometimes those are smaller companies that nobody knows about, but their clients are the top companies. That's a sign of the reputation. So that could be companies in the past that you don't work there anymore, or today's companies. Okay. Also a letter from those people, and we have everything that needs to be there. Highest salary, commercial success. Basically, your salary must be at least 20% more than the government statistics on this profession in this region. Okay. So, for example, whom we didn't talk about, Nadirjon, let's talk about you. You're here for the second time, but still. So let's say Nadirjon, a lawyer in Uzbekistan, and he makes hypothetically $1,000 a month. Okay, $1,000 a month. But we know that statistics by Uzbekistan government says that the and what's the capital of Uzbekistan? Is it Islamabad or is it Pakistan? What's Tashkent, right? Tashkent in Uzbekistan, I think. Yes, Tashkent. So let's say Nadir John is in Tashkent. He makes $1,000, but the government says that a good average lawyer in Tashkent makes 650. So Nadir John is 35% above the average attorney, which is 15% more than 20%. That's what we need, right? So anything above 20% is a good deal. Okay, so that means that Nadir John has a significantly higher pay than other attorneys, and that's good. That's good news. Okay, so that's how we approach this. Pay taxes, guys. Pay taxes. I know some of you don't like, especially like like Russians hate pay taxes, right? But I know like Polish people and Hungarian people, also like Eastern Europe, nobody likes taxes. But for the purpose of this immigration thing, that's very important. Okay, very important. Show the good moral character. Okay, so 8 criteria fits all. Now, briefly, the 9th and the 10th criteria for art people, the showcase. And by the way, showcase we use in sports, okay? And showcase we use in other industries like marketing, okay? Or some other like business, but there is like visual, like designers, UV, whatever those letters, UV, UX designers. You guys kind of business, but you also art. Okay, so showcase is a good when you show your work for public. In art, it's classic festivals, concerts, galleries, and things like that. When people come and watch movies and things like that. So Emily from UK, artist manager, basically, she is business, but we're gonna use showcase for her because her artists, they perform. Okay, they perform. So through them, we're gonna show. And by the way, in sports, going back to contribution industry, guys, if you teach, if you educate other people and they do good, we can show your contribution through your students. Okay, so that's important. Okay, so showcase is the 9th, and the 10th is the commercial success in performing arts. For example, there is a circus, the Du Soleil circus. They going across the world. People go buy tickets and watch. They have commercial success in performing arts. So that's also an art. Now, guys, the average recipe for O1, average recipe for O1 visa, what we need. And of course, there is no average case. All cases are unique, but still there is like tendency. So what I will need from you on O1 case, I will need 3 press articles, 2 academic publications, 2 critical roles or leading roles. That's 3 criteria. Judging the work of others, usually through your work, like code review, second opinion, sorting out people who will speak at the conferences and things like that, and higher salary. Okay, so 1 high salary, 2 critical roles, 1 or 2 judging engagements, 2 academic articles, and 3 press publications, 3 articles. That's it. That's your O1 case. And of course, if you have awards and you don't have judging, we can substitute. But that's the average case for O1. And I'll do the same for you for EB-1A. We're gonna switch to EB-1A right now. And then we'll talk about the prices. Okay, guys, let's move on. And it's time to get your first bonus, guys. The free evaluation. Guys, promise me you'll do this. And you'll do this now or within a very short period of time, because otherwise it's going to be wasted. Okay, all this is going to be wasted if you don't know your chances, if you don't know your potential. Okay, because I'm calling some of you whom I clearly see candidates for the green card or for O1, and of course O1/EB-1A, let's call it this way. So you can scan QR code, or you can click on the link in the chat and fill out the questionnaire. Yes, it's not very short, it's kind of extended, but guys, I personally will look at your answers and get back to you within 2 days. Okay, so if you do it now, by Friday, all of you will know which visa is for you, what are the chances, and mainly whether you have a potential. Look for the word potential. Not everybody will see it, because it means that within 6 months, working with my team, with my processes, with our resources, will get you to at least 90% chance of approval, or even more depending on the visa. Okay, so do the free evaluation right now, guys. Don't postpone it. Very important. Good stuff. And guys, special offer. If you fill out the free evaluation form today, if you sign the contract, you become our client before November 3rd. So you have 2 months. That's a lot of time. 2 months, November 3rd, 2025, you will receive 500 certificate, meaning 500 discount. Okay. And you can apply it to anything, to the government fee, to the attorney's fees, whatever, to maybe translations if you have to. So you get that certificate to use it the way you want it. Yeah, well, you don't need to drop the messages. We have the links. And David did it last week. David, tell me, because of course I cannot talk, I cannot say it, but tell me if I told you have a potential in your case, and tell me if it was worth. Tell everybody, David. I'm open to criticism, right? To open criticism. Was it worth spending like 10 minutes answering those questions? Did you get the value for this? I'm curious, and everybody else too. Okay, guys. So very important for the free evaluation. Not only you know what's going on, but you also have a chance to get $500 discount. Okay, EB-1A, guys. Not gonna speak a lot about what it is. It's a green card. It's a green card for you, your spouse, and the kids who are 21 years old or lower. Okay, so kids below 21 and your spouse all will get the green cards once you are approved. Okay, so let's say it's a family, and let's say David has a spouse and they have 2 kids. Okay, so 4 people, one petition, 4 green cards. Okay, all right. So and the green card for 10 years, and in 5 years you can file for American passport. Okay, so this is really good. Now guys, let me see. So now let me go back to the criteria and give you the recipe for the EB-1A, guys. So write it down. And David said yes, it's worth it, guys. There was no pressure for David. If he said no, I would be sad, but there would be reality. But no. So definitely, when I say this, that's one thing. But when somebody else says who did that, absolutely. So do it, guys. So the recipe for EB-1A, guys. I gave you the 5 criteria for O1 on average. Now let me give you 6 for EB-1A. So I want 4 press articles. I want 2 judging engagements. I want at least 1 contribution in the industry. I want 3 academic articles. I want salary, and I want 2 or 3 critical leading roles. So you see, it's heightened, a little bit more almost in each, okay? And of course, like I said, STEM people will get association. And by the way, business also. Business, STEM, and sports, if you played for national team, you guys get a free association on top of the 6 criteria, right? Or you can substitute, let's say, oh, I don't have a high salary. Okay, we can use association instead of that. All right, so that would be EB-1A level, guys, and EB-1A is a green card. So if O1 is 8 months, EB-1A is a year and a half, even less. I would say a year and 3 months if you start working on your case today. So let's say Padavala, I believe from India, starts her case today, or his case, and I apologize, their case today. In 6 months, we're going to file Oh, no, this is a bad example because we could deal with India and the priority date is. Let's use another one, Padavala. We'll use you for something else. So let's say Nick, Google Ads manager from Russia, starts his EB-1A case today. So in 6 months, we're going to file mid-March. Beginning of April, we're going to get him approved. And approximately in November, Nick will have his interview in the U.S. embassy. Okay, so it could be early, but those are the good estimates. And that interview is going to be for him. And if Nick has family, everybody will go. And Russians go, by the way, to Barbara, to Poland. Okay. All right, guys. So let's move on. EB-2 NIW. That's the last third visa. And let's skip this because we don't have. Oh, and by the way, guys, very important. EB-1A and EB-2 NIW are the only two visas in all immigration laws, two exceptions, that do not require an employer. Okay? So EB-1A is self-petition, so it's you who petitions for yourself. EB-2 NIW is for like you're a part of the project, endeavor, they call it. And I'm going to explain what it means. So all other immigrant visas require an employer. These two are the only exceptions. That's why we're focusing on them, because you don't need to worry about Uncle Sam, who's going to be in charge of your position, and you have to pray on him that he doesn't do anything crazy. Okay, so, and guys, the law is a little bit different. It has different wording, but I want you to understand, okay? So I'm giving you the 3 criteria of EB-2 NIW. That's for ease of understanding. So number 1 is education. You must have bachelor's and 5 years experience in your field, or master's degree, or if you don't have any degree, it could be exceptional abilities similar to talent visa criteria, but much lower burden of proof. Okay, not going to focus on that right now. So that's number 1, education. Number 2, you must have an idea of something, of the project you will be doing in the US that resolves some problem, and the resolution of this problem is important for the US government. Okay? So that's the second criteria. So you must represent some ideas, some project, some endeavor, they call it in the law, that's in the national interest of the US, which means you solve a problem, and it's important that that problem is being solved. For example, a year ago, I got an approval for the guy who is in the business, has a business degree, and his endeavor was smart houses in the US. So, you know, light, everything, all these things, the sprinklers, the pool, all is connected to the voice through the artificial intelligence. And it's not only convenient, you're like, what's the national interest? Yes, it's convenient. You don't have to switch and you can just command and the computer is doing this for you. But we also attached it to the savings of the energy. Okay, because we're smart. No, he came with a smart home, but we said, hey, let's add that, because those smart homes, they really preserve the energy. And we calculated how much energy could be saved annually depending on the usage of this technology. And it was huge, guys. It was huge. So saving and preserving energy is a national interest of the US. Why? Because we need that for artificial intelligence. You guys know that those data centers, they eat data centers and Bitcoin miners. They eat so much energy. We need a lot. So preserving more of the energy is national interest. Another example is we have someone from HR. I think Barbara is from HR. HREI. So I don't know if HR stands for human resources, but I'll give you an example that that client, guys, I told you today about, who got EB-2 NIW approved with us and now EB-1A instead of O1, her project was creating the programs for big corporations for people for people not to get burned out. People work every day, they get burned out, lose productivity, company loses productivity, less services, less goods, less money, less taxes, less jobs, and all that. So I was able to prove that her work will help the US economy because she will be able to create those programs for the corporations to keep people going. Okay, so that's a good project. And the last example, guys, the last example, for entertainment purposes, my favorite case of all times, and I don't think I'm open to the new cases, but it's hard to overkill this one because this was a project, a hotel for cows. You guys heard it, right? For cows. So it was crazy. It was crazy. She's the colleague of me in Notre Dame. She's from I believe she's from Russia, and she was a lawyer. But then she's like, screw this, I don't want to do law anymore. Let me do I want to do the hotel for cows. She opened it successfully, and she wants to do the same thing in the US. And I was able to prove that it's in the national interest. And you'd be like, what? Hotel for cows is a national importance? Well, because you guys be surprised that those cows, they really get stressed, and they don't give a lot of milk. They like when they're stressed. So those hotels, they're like therapy, and maybe Jared is gonna work, maybe the new profession, like a therapist in a hotel with cows for my client. And you guys combine, and all this music, classic music, massage, and bam bam spa. I don't know what you guys gonna read the fairy tales at night. So to increase the productivity of those cows, and also the farmers, sometimes they have cows but they want to do vacation and they have no one to leave the cows for. They deliver them for the hotel, and the hotel takes care of them. Okay, really good case, really fun, very original. I loved it. Okay, guys, and the third criterion is the well positioned. Basically, all your experience in the past shows that you will be able to implement your idea in the future. So either you've done it or you did something similar, you have the money, you have the resources, you know how to do this. That's well positioned. So education, project, and well positioned, that's what we need for EB-2 NIW. All right, guys, free evaluation for EB-2 NIW. The same way. Do it now. The special offer also applies to EB-2 NIW, the $500 discount on our services. So you can use this QR code. You can also click on the same link in the chat, and I will look up your case within 2 days. Okay, so let me guys check. Yes, I promised to give you the prices. So I'll give you the prices for O1 and for EB-2 NIW and EB-1A, right? So O1, the bottom price for O1 is $11,000, split in 3 payments for 6 months. Okay, so that's how much you're gonna pay to the attorney for the O1 visa. EB-1A, EB-2 NIW, $13,000. Same way, split in 3 payments, within 6 months. Okay, those are the bottom prices that we have on the company. We have more expensive offers for you, for those especially business people or very busy people. We have more expensive packages where you delegate to us a lot of work in the case. Okay, so that was done specially for you guys because many of you don't have time or a lot of time. If you have time and you have limited resources, 11 and 13 is the way to go. If you feel like your time is more valuable than the price difference between those and other prices, then you should consider the higher prices to delegate to us more work. Okay, so that's what's going on. Good stuff, good stuff, guys. We're proud of our prices. They below the market, and even those that are in the market, what we offer, no one ever will do that for you. Okay, and let me give you a brief description before the second bonus, guys. Before the second bonus, let me give you the description of the NEO program. So NEO program is absolutely innovative, no analogs in the world. Okay, why? Because I have simultaneously 300 clients running their cases with us. Why? Because our company is huge, guys. I know I don't look that, but there we go. Okay, we have a huge company. We have many teams that work with our clients. That's why I take only 30 cases, right, a month, because that's how we want to go. That's how we want to roll and give you the results. So because we have so many clients at the same point, we split you by professions. And let's say who we didn't talk about today. Let me see who wrote and we didn't talk. Nick, yes, Jared, Sergey, Hector. So let's say Hector is a hardware electronics developer, right? So let's say there's like 5 other people from his profession in the company working on the cases, the talent cases. So we find the best match for Hector in his profession, and Hector and this guy X, let's call him X, they exchange the independent expert opinion letters. Let me tell you guys, the value of that, what one letter like this is at least $1,500. So 1,500, right? If you want to go and use someone to get those letters. So within the company, when you work with us, we give you up to 4, so up to 6,000 value of those independent expert opinion letters for free. Get it? Guys, no one is doing this for you. No one. Only us, because we care. Because we care about you and your results. Okay, download the guide, because within 24 hours it's going to be gone. So do it now. QR code, or I believe the moderator is going to drop the link in the comment section for your comfort, guys. In the click meeting, people from YouTube, you guys can scan the QR code to get that guide. Okay, Barbara, 11,000 just for your service plus visa cost and expedite. Yes, of course, the government fee and all these, it's separate. PR, it's separate. That's just attorney. That's the attorney. There's more. So you have 4 expenses, guys. So let me be clear, because I don't want any misunderstanding. 4 expenses. Attorney's fees is the largest, of course. Number 2 is PR, because you need to improve. Many of you will need to improve. Today I got a guy from France, Anthony. He's a product manager from Evelyn, the water company that in that city. So he came already with 6 criteria. Everything. He's got just with his career, press, award, judging roles, income. He didn't have academic articles. That was my only advice to him to strengthen the case. But sometimes you guys don't need PR, so you have 0 expenses. That's a rare case, but it happens, okay? But attorney's fees, PR, government fee, and some of you translations. If you're English speaking or from English speaking country, then no translations. But if you're from Poland, Hungary, and maybe your English is not that great, and a bunch of documents in your local language, so we need to have translations, right? So 4 expenses. Of course, that accumulates a little bit, but yeah, the biggest one is the attorney's fees. David is asking, do you have associations for video making? Can't remember right off my head. I'm pretty positive there are none that fits the criteria, David. I'm pretty positive, but we'll do the research. Okay, let me see another other questions. Emily, question one in questionnaire is category. What is both business? Do business, Emily. Do business. It's not critical because it's not gonna send you to different questions. They're gonna be the same. Just for me to see where you see yourself first of all. Okay, so do business. I'm thinking starting an artist management company in US or transfer my current UK artist management company if that's possible. Both possible. You're talking about transfer. You're probably talking about L1 visa. I do not recommend, guys. I do not recommend. I do not recommend L1 visa to no. We didn't talk about it today. We're not going to talk about this, but trust me, O1 is much better alternative to L1. It's so much better that I would choose O1 over L1 every day, twice on Sunday. Okay, every day during the weekday and twice on Sunday, unless it's like everything's just lining up for L1 and there are cases like that, 1 out of 100, where I say, okay, L1 is the way to go and we can do L1. But trust me, even if you're business, you have your own company, you're entrepreneur, you're startupper, O1. That's what you're gonna seal the deal for you. Okay, so free evaluations, guys, very important for many reasons. Okay, for many reasons. Do it now. You'll know your chances, you'll know your potential, you'll know which criteria are good for you on this stage. If you see the potential, if you see the word potential, go to the, your next step is the complex immigration planning, where I will develop a written winning strategy for your case. Okay? Powerful tool, guys. That's the second step. The third step is to hire myself and my team to lead your case. Okay? So you coming to the US is easy as 1, 2, 3. Free evaluation, complex immigration planning, and complete case filing. That's those 11 and 13,000, the complete case filing service. Okay. All right. Plus you get the chance to get a special offer, $500 discount. So you can do the O1 visa for 10,500 if you do the free evaluation, and 12,500. And guys, those prices are nowhere to be seen in the industry. Okay. And if they are, they wouldn't give you even 10% of what we give you. All right. So that's the truth. That's the truth. All right. We have like 3 minutes, guys. I have a bunch of social media. So, and we do not mix things. Okay. So if it's a LinkedIn, it's separate content. YouTube is totally different. Instagram, totally different. So I suggest you follow us or me on all of them. Okay, but if you like, okay, it's too much, choose 2, 3 and go with that. Adeoye, what is the chance of PhD holder with UK fellowship in civil engineering for EB-2 NIW? Adeoye, great chances, but you will go with EB-1A. Why? Because you will have to wait for 2 years after approval of NIW. I mean, I would go with EB-2 NIW only if we don't have EB-1A. But if you have PhD, you have both EB-1A and EB-2 NIW. And EB-1A is the way to go. Okay? David, in Italy, we don't have a government database of this average salary based on jobs. How can I prove it as a freelancer? That will require more extensive research, David. There are other ways, newspaper articles, and if nothing works, we do the expert opinions. Okay, one of the points in those independent expert opinion letters, if it makes sense, could be about the salary. Okay, yes, that's how we approach that. So we have different tools how to prove the same criteria. Okay, so let me see, guys, if I didn't miss any questions from you. Cool. Okay, I think we did it. Was real good. Okay, let's take a few more questions. EB-1A, you need the job and you say before you can apply. Adele, yeah, you either just joined or you were completely not listening to what I was saying, because I explained that both EB-1A and EB-2 NIW are the only two visas that do not require an employer in the US. Okay, so EB-1A is like pure non-employment visa. It's because it's called self-petition. So you self-petition for yourself. Manuel, without special skills, what can I do? Without special skills, two ways, Manuel, two ways. The green card lottery, it's coming, by the way, to file for it in October or November. And EB-3, unskilled workers. If you have an employer who's willing to hire you for whatever skills you have, that could be EB-3. Okay, these are the only two options. All right, guys. Exactly on time, 1 hour and a half, just like I promised. Thank you for your time. I really appreciate. I love each and single one of them, and I appreciate your time. Do the free evaluation. Come to the complex immigration planning. Get the certification for 500 discount. Start your case, and 8 months or a year and a half. What separates you from your American dream? My name is Stanislav Shamaev. I'm a lawyer of the future. Your future begins here. Good luck.